Just a quick message before we start. We're getting close to 10,000 subscribers, an incredible milestone for this channel. We're truly grateful for everyone who's watched, subscribed, and supported the work we do here. Over the coming months, our goal is to continue improving the quality of our videos so we can bring you even better videos. Your engagement keeps this channel going, and we couldn't do it without you. Disclaimer: this video is for commentary and educational purposes only. All individuals are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Any footage used in this video is obtained through public records and falls under fair use for the purpose of reporting, analysis, and public interest.
Lord, please. Lord, please. Help me, help me. Help me. I understand, but still. I don't.
On a quiet January night in Nassau County, Florida, a man drove to a location he believed would be the start of a secret meeting. His destination wasn't random. It was arranged through days of online messages, each one increasingly explicit. The person he thought he was meeting wasn't who he believed, and the encounter he planned would never happen. That man was Harrison Theodore Clark, who at the time served as vice chair of the Clay County Soil and Water Conservation District. According to investigators, the 30-year-old had been communicating with someone he believed to be a child. Their conversations began on a mobile application and escalated to explicit discussions. Clark allegedly acknowledged the minor's age and arranged a late-night meeting. What Clark didn't know was that the child was part of an undercover operation. When he arrived at the prearranged location, law enforcement was waiting. Moments later, he was taken into custody, facing multiple felony charges. This is the interrogation of Harrison Theodore Clark.
Have a seat, we'll be right with you, okay? Is there anything I can get you in the meantime, buddy?
Water.
Water?
Have a minute, please.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
No worries.
I know you don't have
Let me
to
grab
do
you a
that.
bottle, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Don't worry about it right now. Don't worry about it.
Sorry, man, I'm soaking wet. It's raining outside, so
It's okay.
I'm a detective, okay, with the sheriff's office. So if
Yes,
there's
sir.
anything I can do for you, just holler out, okay? We'll be with you in just a moment, all right?
Thank you,
We'll
sir.
speak to you, okay?
Yes, sir.
You're welcome.
No. Don't worry about. Don't worry about. Don't worry about it right now. Don't worry about it right now. Lord, please stop. Don't. Lord, please. I need your help. I need your help. I don't know why I'm putting whatever. I need it. Calm down.
Theodore?
Is
it Clark?
Yes.
Is Clark, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm Detective Terrell with Nassau County Sheriff's Office. That's McDonald right here with the Nassau County Sheriff's Office. So we're here to talk to you about what took place today. Hopefully try to get an explanation on both sides, clear some things out for you and you for us. But before I do,
Yes, sir.
of course, you're not going to be your rights to make sure that we're on the same page, all right? You have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say will be said against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while they be in question. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any question if you wish. And you can decide any time to exercise and not making statements or answer any questions. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What happened tonight, man?
I was being stupid.
You're being stupid. What do you mean? It's a big no-no, right?
I know. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Amen.
Well, no, it's not okay.
We're not here to judge you. Like that's not our job. Like let's just figure out what happened, right? So you made a mistake. You say you were talking to somebody who was 14 and you went to meet this person who's 14. You shouldn't have done it, right? What did y'all talk about?
I'm trying to remember from
messages.
By hooking up, I mean, y'all definitely talked about, meeting here. I mean, um, um, hmm. Is this the first time this happened? Look at me. Is this the first time this happened? There's not gonna be another time that you done this where you talk to another juvenile somewhere else.
No, I'm not aware of any juvenile or underage who I've met with before to do that with.
How often are you meeting with people like this?
Too often.
Yeah. About how many times, say, a month would you do it?
I would probably say it's maybe 2 times a month. Sorry, I'm just trying to get.
You're good. I mean,
well, I know, but still.
Yeah. About twice a month usually. Okay. Do you normally go to them? They come to you? How do you?
It's usually a lot of times. It's usually they either come to me or I'll go to them. It could be different based on the circumstances, and I guess what I mean by that is I'm sure it was whatever. I'm sure you all have seen anyway. The fact that it's not just people on the sniffies or those sites. It's rent men anyway, just escorting anyway.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm just being upfront about that. So I know one may say whether I should be or shouldn't be, but either way, I guess what I'm getting at is, well, I guess we can talk about that later, but what I'm trying to say is that it depends on the situation sometimes. So maybe like with the escorting, I'll meet at their hotel when they're in town, and meet there anyway.
Okay.
But
so this time, how do y'all start talking to each other? How do y'all meet?
How did we meet? Like this time?
I made arrangements about meeting there. The parents wouldn't be home, and then I mean it gets pretty graphic, right? Talk about chilling, making out, bringing lube. Unintended at that point. I mean, it go over to me to have clearly sexual intercourse with each other, right? And you knew the whole time this person was 15 years old. You stayed to yourself, right? What did you communicate on? What was they were using? Your cell phone?
904. Well, it's 305, 3049.
You did make a statement of, you have some nice nipples for me to suck on, right? I submit for the right dude, you should big loads, question mark. And you talked about meeting with a lot of people. I mean, often, I would say often, at least twice a month, right?
Yes, sir.
That's your average that you're giving right now, but you even teeter there about possibly.
I mean, that's my rough number. Sorry, go ahead.
Right, but the chance of you having to met with another minor in the past, you said that to your knowledge you haven't, but is there a chance?
I would say no.
Yeah. I mean, was there somebody out there that was questionable to you in your mind?
I'm just going through, and I don't think there were any. No.
Okay.
I mean, and I may not be remembering, so please forgive me.
That's okay.
But,
No.
well, still, but.
Yeah. Now, is there anything on your phone that you brought and you were using, or any phone that you had on your person? That would make that change. That is there any proof on there, or anything that leads us to believe you're talking to any minors on there, besides this one time?
The things that I would more remember are other chat histories when I ask them, their age, and I know that's not the only thing, but obviously a lot of them are definitely older than
younger.
18. Yeah, they're definitely. Well, I shouldn't even say 18, but a lot of them are usually in their 20s or 30s who I meet.
Right, but I mean, have you talked and had this kind of conversations with other minors on those chats before?
No, sir, not that I can think of or I'm aware of.
Are there any photographs of any minors on your phone?
No, sir. Not that I'm thinking of. No.
Have you ever had sexual relations with a minor yourself?
No, sir.
Never.
No.
So you seem very nervous. I understand your position, right? You seem clearly. I mean, you're very, very nervous about the situation, but it's also kind of giving me a red flag as to how you're almost dancing around the maybe, I'm not sure, possibility of you having done this in the past. So that kind of raises a flag for us.
I mean, I'm not, so yeah. I'm just more sitting here thinking, and I'm not remembering any. I mean, yeah, there may have been a few, like I said, who I met who were 18 or 19, but like I said, I know they were not.
Okay.
So that's what I was more thinking of, and like I said, I'm more than willing to cooperate and help. Please understand that.
Right.
So
now, where'd you travel from? Where'd you come from? Is that where do you work?
where do I work?
Mm-hmm.
I work at STV in Jacksonville.
What is that?
STV.
Yeah.
It's a civil engineering company.
Okay. What do you do there?
Public projects, rail civil engineering specialist.
Okay. How long have you been there?
A little over a year, about a year and a half.
Okay. What did you do before that?
Well, before that, I was, what was the title they really gave me? Anyway, project engineer at Matthews DCCM.
Okay.
So I did that about a little under a year and a half.
Okay.
Not that you want to hear all the work details,
No.
but whatever. There were just different reasons why. I had lost my job at FEC about 4 years ago, and I guess what I'm trying to get at is that I really think since then it's just been very volatile with my lifestyle, because the railroad, was my passion.
Okay.
And obviously when I lost my job there, again, I'm not going to try to bore you with all the bureaucracy and all of that led to my job being cut. But obviously I was real disappointed and obviously needed to find a job, and I took the job that a friend of mine found at the one company. I didn't want to go back into civil engineering, the land development side, but I did. And even then it was rough, and well, what I'm trying to say is I know there was one part where someone had spread lies about me, and it was someone in a, well, I guess what I'm trying to say, I know it was someone in a law enforcement agency, not that it matters for this or anything, I guess I'll...
Was it this kind of, involving in this kind of situations here?
I'm sorry, but ask
it-
that question again.
You said somebody made lies about you, and it cost you to
No.
lose your job. Was
No.
it involved in anything
No,
like
sir.
this?
No, sir.
No?
None of that.
Okay.
No.
Alright. So clearly, I mean, I really want to believe that this is the first time you ever done this, that you communicated with a 15-year-old, left Orange Park, came over here to meet a 15-year-old to have sex with a. That's what you're saying, right? Like, we know that that's the fact. So you use your phone to do it. I really want to believe it's the first time you ever done it. And you know, also saying that there was maybe an 18 or 19-year-old that maybe they were 18 or 19, you know, might have been younger. And you're saying there's nothing on your phone. Now, what I will ask, you know, if with your permission, if you will allow us to go through your phone, and just see if, you know, prove to us that there's nothing on there, just to kind of give us peace of mind. Look, our job is to make sure that there's no other children getting hurt. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
There's not some kind of live victim out there that's locked up in your closet somewhere or something like
Oh my
that.
God.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Understand.
So I will ask, you know, this is what we call a consent to search form.
Okay.
It's something that I want you to read. Pretty much in summary, though, it just allows us as the sheriff's office to go through your device, complete a download of it, and if there's anything that's found on there, clearly could be used against you or for you, yeah. And you have the right to remove that consent at any point in time. So I will give you this form.
Okay.
And if you want to read it and sign it, you know, we can move forward with that.
Oh. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see. Sorry, I'm trying to. Authorized permission. Give my permission to. Do I need to?
I'll fill that part in.
Okay.
Just read the.
Okay. Please search my.
You just have to initial those.
Oh, I was just trying to see located at.
I'll put the location.
Okay.
It'll just here at the sheriff's office. But if you don't know the address, I'll fill it in.
Oh, for the sheriff's office. Yes, sir. Okay, above law. Message follows. What's wrong? Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I'm
Take your time.
filling out
Take
the.
your time.
Well, I appreciate it, but.
Mm-hmm. I want to make sure that you're 100% good with that before we move forward. So that's what. Take your time. There's no rush for that.
Yeah, we get paid by the hour. So you read that as long as you
I know, but
good.
still, the
Yeah.
fact that I drew you guys out here.
I know you're being considerate, man, and don't worry about us. Trust me, this is our job, and this is what we love to do. So.
Okay, let's see.
All right. What kind of phone do you have?
It's an iPhone 15.
All right. Put,
Oh,
right here's the brand, right? Put Apple. This is an iPhone 15. You wouldn't know the serial number out of hand. So, what is the password for it if it has one?
yeah, that's.
Okay. And I'll fill this in. So you're giving me and my sheriff's office and anybody that can assist with completing the download of the phone permission to go through it. The location here is the Nassau County Sheriff's Office. Just want this in front of you, so I'm sure you're not concerned about that. And I will witness it here that you just sign that in front of me, and then here's also going to witness that. Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
All right.
Which is,
So,
yeah.
Time?
4:29.
It's 4:29 in the morning. All right, so I'll give this to those tech guys over there, and they'll take care of that for us. Okay. So
Yes,
again,
oh,
clearly we're here. Just to recap. Solicited the minor via the telephone. You knew the minor was 18. Y'all talked about meeting for sex. You came to meet that person for sex, and use your cell phone device to do that, and your vehicle to travel to do it. Correct? All right. You say you've never done this before. This is the first time, right? Okay.
not with a minor, no.
Just
So,
normally just twice a month with random people that you
With,
know online for that.
yes, sir. But still, it's anyway. Go ahead.
Okay. So we're gonna go through that process of that.
Okay.
We'll have somebody else who can come speak with you here for in a second. Ask you a
Okay.
couple questions.
Okay. Yeah,
You
because
know, if not, then I'll come back in here and we'll finish up. Okay.
okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say I had some questions too, but maybe
Yeah.
that'll be for the next person. No, I was just gonna say. I mean, whatever I need to do to help cooperate, and certainly as well anything that would help with getting over just
Right.
that addiction. So
Okay.
get the therapy, counseling.
Do you think there's a problem? I mean, what draws you to it? If you don't mind me asking, just for us,
Yeah.
you know, because this is what we do. And
Yeah.
So,
I think it's honestly the pornography. It goes
Yeah.
back to that, and I understand. Yes, here's the crazy thing is that I mean, we all know Pornhub and them. Well, actually, I think it was only Pornhub, maybe one other. I know has been outlawed in the state.
Mhm.
Well, I shouldn't say outlawed. As you know, you got to upload your driver's license picture,
right.
some form of ID. And I have been avoiding that. But the problem is there are so many other websites,
Yeah,
and not all of them are in compliance with that. And again, I don't know how the law is set up,
Mhm.
but maybe the law needs to be changed.
Would you say
Anyway.
that based on
Yeah.
what you called an addiction, that this a growing addiction to pornography that is developed for you to have an interest in younger and younger men? You think you began with what society considers normal,
Mhm.
and now you're going because of the addiction to pornography, reaching out to. And you said that you want some kind of assistance for that. This is ongoing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay.
At least, yeah. That's
So those
just what I
websites
know.
that you clearly, because now you're saying that you have to verify on Pornhub your identity and your
Mhm.
age, is led you to other websites that maybe don't have as much restrictions on their end. And then, are you saying that there you're exposed to this other type of pornography on there? You were saying?
Well, it's similar, but I now whether they have underage,
Mhm.
Happening, I have no idea. One of those goes back to we don't really know the age of those folks when you say, whatever. I mean, just knowing the different topics when they say barely 18, whatever. We don't know that. So either way, the fact is it's out there and it's open to anybody at any age.
Accessible,
So
right. But I mean, it's definitely
Sorry.
it's definitely caused you to develop an attraction in towards the younger. So, okay. All right, buddy. So let me go here and speak to these people here, and then we'll come right back. Need anything? You got water still? Yep.
Yes, sir. I'm good.
All right.
I think only thing will just be restroom a little bit, but I'll
Okay.
let you all go ahead and
Well, I
take
appreciate
care.
it.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Oh shoot, there's a chair here.
Sorry.
It's okay. All right, so one last thing real quick before they can get started. I'm working on this over there.
Yes.
There was one thing right here that
Oh.
that you have the right to refuse. It doesn't mean that you're refusing right now. It just means that you have the right to refuse any point in time.
Okay. Sorry.
So they can get started without that. And there you go. I'll come and speak to you here as soon as we get this going, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Clark.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh.
How are you?
Hanging in there. I mean,
And what's your name again?
I go by Ted. First name's Harrison.
Ted Harrison. Okay. Well, nice to meet you.
Last name's Clark. Sorry.
Gotcha.
You said Ted Harrison, so I
Oh,
didn't know.
okay.
Anyway.
Well, my name is Klaus Hansa. I'm with the FBI. So,
Okay.
pleasure to meet you. They had mentioned that you had said, and I kind of specialize in this, so I wanted to offer my assistance.
Yeah.
That you had said you have some problems. You're developing some habits that you're uncomfortable with.
Yes, sir.
And you're, please,
Yeah.
maybe I can help you out.
Yeah, the thing is, like I was telling the Nassau detectives, is that it goes back to the issue with, in my opinion, pornography. That's where I think, as we know, a lot of situations I think happen like this. It starts out with that, and then it develops. It gets into a bad cycle and habit.
What are these habits?
Well, just the different, you see the different scenarios, role plays. Not that I have seen anything that had minors involved, but obviously, like, you see the whole, barely legal or 18, 19-year-olds. But I think it's not just also that. I think there's also issues with, and detective, forgive me for not mentioning or this earlier. I was trying to collect my thoughts, but I think it's not also just that. I think it's also it's the issue with apps, hookup apps like Grindr, and I think unfortunately that's where a lot of it has accelerated within the last couple of years, in my opinion. And I know the state of Florida just recently passed a law, and I was mentioning this to the detectives, and if I didn't, forgive me. Anyway, that, excuse me, I don't remember what the statute says, but we know there are certain sites like Pornhub, I think there may be one or two others, where now you have to submit the identification showing you are indeed of age. And not all the websites out there have that, regardless of what they're showing.
What
Sorry.
websites in particular are you talking about?
So, I know Xvideos is one of them. I'm trying to think of a couple of the other big ones.
Like Lolita? Have you been to Lolita at all? The Lolita website?
I don't think so, sir. The name's not familiar.
Okay.
Sorry. And I may have, and I just don't remember. So I'm just trying to think of the ones I recall off the top of my head. But either way, I know there are more than just Xvideos. Again, forgive me, I don't remember the names, but and I know I'm kind of going down a rabbit hole with it, but I'm just pointing out that I think that is part of the issue right there. Those are parts of the issue that lead to
Why you came
situations
today.
like this.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And so you've gone to some of those websites.
Yes,
So
sir.
explain to me or describe to me some of the videos or some of the images that you did see at those other websites.
So it was more of adult content. When I say adult content, like it was adults, there were no minors involved. Just again, as far as I know, I know we go into the whole, like we said, if you come across or even glance at an 18, 19, whatever the title is, you go, oh, go ahead.
But forgive me, I guess I'm confused. Like I thought you had an issue with your addiction to. Is that
No, pornography, no, to pornography in general.
okay? But pornography is legal. But pornography is not.
No,
Yeah.
no pornography. No, I don't do that. No,
Okay.
no, not at all. So, I'm sorry, I did not.
But remember earlier you mentioned that your addiction to pornography has led you to develop an interest in.
Or at least thinking that it's okay when it's
Right,
obviously,
and then that's what led you to
And
come
I
to
should
this
know better.
conclusion
Yeah.
of getting. And you mentioned that you had an interest based on the addiction. As a result of the addiction, the younger
no,
juvenile that led you to this 18-year-old today.
yeah, and it's not that I have a real keen honestly on, I want to meet someone who's under 18.
Right.
So how many times did that happen in the past for you?
Meeting up with someone who was under 18.
Yeah, were you like, I shouldn't have done this? How many times did that happen? Just a simple mistake.
Well, I had never met up with anyone who told me that, I'm whatever age under 18,
Mhm.
and I cut it off from there. That's what I have done in the past. So yes,
So
sir.
why now? What happened? What's different now?
I
Okay, so it means that you once did the thing that is not okay.
no, I didn't do that before. No,
Okay.
just hearing and knowing and understanding, like I said, just general, I hate saying common knowledge, but yeah, either way, just the law. So
how can we help you today?
I think the thing, what I was more asking and looking for was just helping getting over the addiction of pornography in general. I mean, I understand, like you said,
Okay.
Special Agent, that, sorry if I mispronounced your title, but either way, that I understand, like you said, that's legal, but that's just the part I would like to help.
So I agree with you.
Go ahead.
But the ability to focus your therapy once we
Mhm.
talk to the professionals, and
Mhm.
we mentioned to them that you would be interested. We need to give them the lane that you're in, right?
Mhm.
We can't tell them he
Sure.
needs help with the adult porn because there's no therapy for what's legal.
Okay.
So give me an idea of the illegal parts that you're concerned with, so that they can create a good plan for you to help.
I think I'm just more thinking there really, I hate saying there isn't anything, because there should be something to me either way, just with the pornography situation, period. But it's not like I have an addiction to meeting up with someone who is, I've never had that before this. So
What are you attracted to? How about that? Are your age, is it lowering a little bit?
it's just the physical appearance of somebody.
Okay.
So
And describe, and like I said, all of this goes into
Yeah.
their calculus of what they
Yeah.
do to help you. So describe your ideal physical appearance of what you're attracted to.
the physical appearance to me of what I would find attractive is just someone with a good body, good, I would say good
Use the
facial.
words that we
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Excuse me, I'm trying to think of the right words, but just obviously someone who maybe wouldn't have acne, would have a good face, someone who again has a good physical build, maybe athletic, I mean, sometimes that may even be, a thin build, but I guess either way, definitely not anybody who's, overweight or, to me is, maybe just has a lot of wrinkles or something like that. I don't know if that really helps answer your question, but that's more of what I have, when I see somebody who I like that meets, has a good
Yeah.
build, good physique, and a good, face, that's what I, so.
Are you seeking help to, because what you just described is a normal girl, a normal lady, right? A normal, beautiful lady.
Or man,
Yeah,
but sorry.
Or man.
Yeah.
But,
Sorry.
Right? Woman for me, man for you, right? And in my mind, I'm like, that
Both.
you don't need help with that. That's normal to me. But where's tell me about
I
the
think
younger looking man that's bothering you.
Well, it's just, it's not really that. It's just more of what I was more of trying to find out was about just the sex urge, and it's just the sex urge. Like I said, it's always been
Okay.
adults. People who are usually in their 20s, 30s at this point.
Gotcha.
I don't know if that helps, but like I said, I've never.
So now I get it. So
Okay.
because you met with a 14-year-old, you were going to meet with a 14-year-old today. Now you're concerned. Is that accurate? You're
Yeah.
concerned with your thoughts and your actions because
Yes.
you meant okay. Gotcha.
Because
So
go ahead.
no. So what about that 14-year-old? Why did that bother you? Did it bother you from something in the past? Did it bother you from stories you've heard, videos you've seen? Tell me why that bothers you.
So, why it bothers me about that I have met up with well, it goes back to one. Well, I know I can't claim ignorance for as much as I know. I'm sure some people do, and I don't know if that would. But I guess what I'm getting at is, I know it's the law. Secondly, I think some of it too is you hear conversations or you have conversations with people online, whether it's blogs, you're reading blogs, or you're having a chat with someone, and they may talk about how they had an experience, maybe when they were, teenagers, whatever, regardless of who it was. I guess what I'm trying to get at is the fact that I went, oh, well, I hear this, so it must be okay. Not necessarily that it must be okay, but I keep forgetting to tell myself that, no. So.
Okay. So you're in certain chat groups, and you guys share a common theme, a common knowledge,
Yeah.
a common interest. And I'm assuming in these certain chat groups, they tell you about,
my experience,
my year-old,
blah blah blah, at such age,
Okay.
and
what chat? How would we find that place? What's that called?
So I mean, I know on Grindr, on Sniffies,
Okay.
on I know, was it Just As Boys? I think has had it before too, where they've had, the whole, that kind of discussion, whether if it's like, parent and child.
Okay, yeah.
And when I say parent-child, it could be, teens or someone who's 18, legal age 18 or older. But that's where, at least off the top of my head, that I'm more remember.
Do you think they're trying to convince you to come onto their team and introduce you to their ways?
I feel like it without them directly saying that,
Okay.
if that makes sense. The fact that they say, oh yeah, I had this experience, and whether if I ask them or go
Let me
ahead.
stop you for a minute. Do they actually say experience, or do they actually say what they did? Like no one really says no one online says I had this experience. They probably say I have a boy. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha. Can you recall who told you that they quote the boy?
I can't really off the top of my head, no sir. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head of any accounts like that. So, but I know for a fact, I'm just, like I said, remembering, I know there were certain chats either on those websites, and shoot, I'm trying to remember, shoot, from Sniffies or Grinder, about anybody who had mentioned, about experience, and it gets brought up because, one person or the other may ask, well, tell me about your first experience, and then they get into it, and then they go ahead and tell you, oh yeah, it happened when I was at age blah blah blah. So whether, regardless who it was, if it was with a family friend or a relative, whatever. So
obviously we're sharing stories in this particular website. What stories did you share in the group?
I didn't really. Okay, I shouldn't say what I'm trying to get at is, when you say what stories I shared, I'm just trying to get my thoughts collected. My apologies.
Right, because I imagine we're a circle of friends here, and we're talking stories, and he tells a story, I tell a story, and then now it's your turn to tell a story. So what story did you tell the people in the group?
I just tell them about my first experience, which was, when I was 18. It was with a high school classmate. He was 18 as well at the time, and it was just a jack-off session. But I guess what I'm getting at is I tell the genuine stories. I've never had really anything as a minor or anything under, and I don't elaborate or what's the word I'm looking for? Concoct some made up story about, oh yeah, I did this when I was such and such age. I don't know if that helps answer your question any.
No, it does. So then when they're talking about, you mentioned it, boy, how old are we talking about a boy? Do they mention 12?
It's probably earlier mid-teens, or probably around mid-teens. Yeah, either way.
So when they tell that story, then do you reply to their story? Do they ask you for input on their story? How does that work?
They don't usually ask for input a lot of times. I think some before have said, what do you think? But I usually a lot of times say something like, oh, interesting, or oh, wow, and not necessarily is it a, wow, interesting that I like it, that it's more of, wow, interesting that you had that kind of experience at that age. So.
Okay. So now I'm understanding a better picture of this kind of help you're looking for. You're definitely going down that road.
And that's what I'm afraid of.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I guess that's why, again, if there's help, that's great, or otherwise I'll find it out there. So somehow, some way, I guess is the bottom line. But that's why I was asking about what are the counseling options or anything like that, therapy, whatever. So
it will tell you that usually it's people talk to me about the tip of the iceberg. It's above the water, but below the water is the rest of the iceberg, and there's always something else. So what else is concerning for you about your character traits that are building up?
I think, and forgive me, I just want to make sure I'm trying to answer your question. I think the problem that I'm concerned about is the fact, I don't know again if that helped answer your question or not. I mean,
it did. It did. And one more piece to what I believe is the therapy portion of it. So there's therapy for the people that are going down the road mentally and emotionally. You're becoming attracted, you're like, oh, that's interesting, wow, right? You're going there. And then there's the therapy for the people that have attempted to touch and feel, because you did come today to meet a 14-year-old. So to have a complete therapy session, I kind of need to know if you've ever almost came close to touching, like almost.
Almost came touching anybody who was
A
under.
minor, yeah.
No.
Just, right, which isn't not illegal. You didn't touch them, but you almost
Well,
came close.
still, yeah.
So,
But no, sir, I have
nothing-
not done that
okay,
at all.
not almost. You didn't
No.
you met a 14-year-old and sat in a car and just talked to him. You never did any of that.
No.
Met him at a park or met him at a
No,
bathroom.
sir.
Okay, so you're not there yet.
Not there yet, no.
Okay.
That's just, and I don't know if that helps explain anything earlier while I was, again, collecting my thoughts or
Right.
adds anything, but I guess, that's what I was asking for, when I mentioned earlier about what are options for counseling, therapy, whatever it might be, to, again, like you said, special agent to,
Sure.
I'm trying to get the words together, to just
Right.
stop that from happening, to prevent that.
What, I think what he was
Yeah.
hitting at is
Yeah.
that they need to be able to give you the best help possible once
Sure.
it gets to that point. Is to see what kind of category you're going to fit in,
Sure.
so they can develop a plan that will work best, right?
The plan.
But I think that's only possible if you come to the realization of where you really are at this point, right? So you mentioned earlier that this addiction to pornography has led
Uh-huh.
you to explore, based on restrictions, other sites that are now, based on what the conversation we just had, kind of almost tempting with your mind to develop interest in even commentary of certain experiences with, that they're being presented to you, and you're showing interest to the point that's led you to be here today. You at one point you kind of touched on the sexual urge that you have,
Uh-huh.
and it might be one of the reasons as to why you talked to this year-old and came to meet him. So is it something that you're losing that control in your sexual urges, or believe you had, now it seems to be at a point where
Yeah.
you might be losing it where you're asking us for help at this point, right?
Yes.
So part of
I don't
that
know.
therapy, is there someone that you want to apologize to? Because usually, like I'm trying to pick up something, and I've seen this a lot before. You were in that group. They were talking about having sex with boys. You said, "Wow, that's interesting." You feel bad about that, clearly,
Mhm.
which I appreciate. Is there someone that you want to apologize to? Like, is it right? Like, if I gave you a piece of paper, would you write? Do you have a particular name of a particular boy
No, sir. No.
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 So okay. So you haven't.
No, I've never met with anybody
Okay.
who was underage or asked, "Are you?"
Okay.
Okay. So at this point, like you're just in the mental and emotional suffering because of the addiction. So you haven't, according to you, haven't done the physical aspect.
Mhm.
This is as far as you've taken it physically.
I don't know if that helps. Did that help answer your question or any other?
Yeah. I
I
think
mean, it
so.
clarifies things for sure.
No, I just want to make sure that
And
your
so-
questions are answered.
And so based upon that, I guess it's safe to say that if you didn't get arrested today by Nassau sheriffs, you probably would have had sex with that girl. Is that fair to say? Because of okay, all right, that helps, right? Because we put all
that
that
would
into
have been
the
maybe a good way to put it,
Correct.
and I'm sure you and your people can write it better, but
Okay.
than how I put it. But that's just what I.
Got it. wanna
I
get
mean,
into-
I would. Oh, sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
I just want to get into a few more details about the sex with the 14-year-old that would have happened had they not shown up. Did you get those ideas from the chat group about what you were going to do to that boy? Or from videos that you saw? Like, where tell you they had done that you planned to do?
Well, it was just more of what was in the.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember what the other thing was. Oh, I at least wanted to make that clear.
Mhm.
Now that it just.
Being
Yeah.
intercepted like you were.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Not that it helps any, but I just wanted to make that clear. So again, I don't know. Like I said, if there are any other questions you all have, or what.
Is there
Next
anything else
steps.
that you want to tell us? Is there anything else?
No, sir. Just other than, I mean, I'm really sorry for what happened this evening. So, and that I wasted you all's time with this. So.
It's our job. That's what we
Yes.
do.
I know, but still.
Definitely not
And-
personal in any way.
No. So.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you for
Yeah.
sharing. I do have somebody that's going to come take it here. So, I mean, clearly you are being placed under arrest. You understand the circumstances of the things that you did, right? There are law violations, and you have to do a job based on those, right? So you're being placed under arrest for several things: traveling to meet a minor, soliciting a minor, and of course using your telephone to do it, and you'll be able to do it as well. So you will be transported across the street here to the county jail. Well, you'll go through the whole booking process and everything tonight, okay?
Okay. Because I was going to ask what were the next steps. So.
Yeah, so that's the step right there. I know that Cam spoke to you in reference to your vehicle and all that already, so that's taken care of. But yeah, you'll just go across the street where you'll speak to a judge sometime tomorrow. We'll just set bail and everything, and then you can go from there. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Well, thank you,
sounds
sir.
good. All right. Sit tight.
Oh, yes.
All right.
They're coming here in a second.
Who?
See, even we can't get out.
And I'm sorry,
Yes, sir.
everyone, but just whenever someone has time, I need to use the restroom.
Yeah, they'll take care of that here in a
Yeah.
second.
Yeah, whenever y'all have a minute.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Now, how about this? When we get out, you can get out.
Yeah. Not exactly.
God, we're not gonna fall for that trick. You want me to take them to the restroom? They're gonna come grab you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
You done? Do you need to use the bathroom?
In the restroom.
Okay, come on.
Whenever.
Come on.
Come on.
Harrison Theodore Clark's arrest sent ripples through Clay County, not only because of the nature of the charges, but because he was serving an elected office at the time. As vice chair of the Soil and Water Conservation District, Clark held a position of public trust, a trust now overshadowed by the accusations against him. He faces multiple felony counts, including traveling to meet a minor, soliciting a child using a computer, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Each charge carries the potential for significant prison time if convicted. The case now moves forward through the courts, where the evidence gathered by investigators will be weighed against his defense. For the community, the arrest is a reminder that the people who hold positions of authority are not immune to scrutiny or the law. And for Clark, a single night's decision has placed his freedom, reputation, and future in the hands of the justice system. If you found this video informative, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel, as it really helps support our work and allows us to continue covering important stories like this one. Thank you.